There's a moment in every routine right before the music begins when the world goes still. The crowd fades, the lights blur, and all that's left is breath and belief. That's what writing became for me. A stillness, a sanctuary, a stage. When life felt like it was spinning out, when my job application stalled, when the weight of motherhood pressed heavy, when the silence from the outside world grew louder than my own voice, I turned inward. Not to escape, but to excavate. I wrote through the ache, through the waiting, through the wondering if I was still seen, still called, still capable. And somewhere between the lines, I found myself again, not the polished version, not the one with the perfect caption or the tidy testimony, but the raw one, the real one, the one who still had fire in her bones and faith in her belly. I started sharing pieces of that woman online. Not for likes, but for legacy. Not for applause, but for alignment. I wrote about falling and getting back up. About faith that flickers but never dies. About the quiet courage it takes to keep showing up when no one's clapping. And people responded, not with fanfare, but with whispers. Me too. Thank you. I needed this. That's when I realized my story wasn't just mine. It was a mirror, a map, a ministry. Every post became a prayer, every caption, a confession, every hashtag, a heartbeat. I wasn't just writing to be heard, I was writing to heal, to remind myself and others that we are not what we've lost. We are not the delays or the detours. We are not the closed doors or the unanswered emails. We are the ones who rise anyway. We are the ones who lace up again. We are the ones who turn pain into poetry, waiting into wisdom, and silence into strength. Skating taught me how to perform under pressure. Writing taught me how to process it. Skating taught me how to fall with grace. Writing taught me how to rise with grit. And faith taught me that even when I feel forgotten, I am still being formed. There were days I wanted to quit. Days I questioned if any of it mattered. Days I stared at the screen, wondering if my words were just echoes in an empty room. But then I'd remember the rink. The early mornings, the bruised knees, the routines that didn't land until they did. And I'd write anyway, because that's what skaters do. That's what mothers do. That's what cycle breakers, dream chasers, and legacy builders do. We keep going. Even when the music skips, even when the lights dim, even when the crowd is silent. We keep going, because the story isn't over. The routine isn't done, the landing is still coming. And maybe, just maybe, someone else is watching, waiting, wondering if they can rise too. So I write for them. For the woman holding it all together with a whisper and a worn-out prayer. For the mother who feels invisible in the noise. For the creative who's questioning her calling. I write for the girl I used to be. The one who thought falling meant failure. The one who didn't know that grace could live in grit. And I write for the woman I'm becoming. The one who knows that every delay is divine, that every detour is direction, that every closed door is a cue to create something new. This is my rink now. These words, this screen, this sacred space where faith meets fire and stories become seeds. And I will keep skating across the page, falling, rising, writing until the music fades. Because this is what I was made for.